In 2026, the way we build Flutter apps has completely changed. You no longer start by opening VS Code and typing widgets line by line. Instead, you describe your app in plain English. An AI agent designs the entire UI. Another agent writes and wire up the code. You just guide the process basically, and that is exactly what Google Stitch plus Antigravity plus Flutter combo delivers. That is what it can do basically. AI agents designing the UI, another AI agent writing and wiring up the entire code that you just guide and accept the prompt and just monitor how it works basically. And we can attest to the fact that software engineering has changed over time, from writing machine language to writing a level language, then to having a lot of frameworks that let go of repetitive code, then to having IDE that have assistance code, to now having a full-fledged AI agent that write an entire project for us that we just guide. So hi, my name is Samuel and I'll be your host in today's video. So in today's video now, I'll be showing you the complete end-to-end workflow. I mean, from a simple prompt to a fully functional Flutter app in under a few minutes. So this is the new skill every Flutter developer, or even every developer, every software engineer needs in 2026, because it is required. So without further ado, let's dive straight in. By the way, you can see on my screen, this video is actually inspired by Josh. I made a post on my YouTube community 7 days ago about some research I was doing on Flutter. So he dropped a comment that seems accurate, I mean, about the post. Meanwhile, I'm exploring the combo Stitch plus Antigravity plus Flutter. It would be nice to mix this combo with a full stack that. So basically, Josh, you are the one inspiring this video, and shout out to you for the comment. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the first thing is why this workflow matters. So I mean, the Flutter of Stitch plus Antigravity and all. So Stitch is Google AI design agent. So if you head over to stitch.withgoogle.com, is built by Google, so it's part of Google AI lab product basically. So Stitch is Google AI design agent. You just give it a text prompt or even a rough sketch, and it instantly generates production ready UI design and structured metadata. So that's Stitch basically. So just give it a descriptive prompt of what you want, and it design the UI, and you are good to go. Then the next combo that we have, which is Google Antigravity. Google Antigravity has been around for a while now. So Google Antigravity as well is Google Agentic IDE, a next gen VS Code fork basically powered by Gemini. So it doesn't just suggest code, it plan run terminal command, install packages, write tests, and iterate until the app works. So basically, just like we have Cursor, we have different agentic IDE nowadays. Google also is one of the competing IDE that we have that has to do with agentic IDE in today's world. So when you connect Stitch output to Antigravity via the new MCP, so MCP basically stands for Model Context Protocol. So when you connect Stitch and Antigravity to the new MCP connector, the AI agent take the design and turn it into like a real Flutter plus that code, and that is what the community is calling vibe coding or agentic development basically. So the developer is still in control, but you review, tweak prompts, and make final decision. And this is actually more it will be more helpful if you have some knowledge in one way or the other in whatsoever project you are building. I mean, for example, if you are building a Flutter app, it will be more to your advantage if you have some level of understanding of how Flutter works, because AI agents can imagine a lot, and if you are not careful, it can take you to where you are not actually planning. It can make the system too robust than what you actually plan if you actually don't know what the AI agent is generating, and if you cannot take control and whatsoever that you don't have knowledge about, you cannot take control on. So it is better if you actually have some fundamental knowledge of how that works, how the program, even if you are generating a front end, let's say TypeScript, Golang or whatsoever, it will be nice if you actually have a fundamental knowledge of this part before diving into vibe coding basically. And that's it basically. So as I mentioned earlier, the developer is still in control, so you review, you tweak the prompt and make a final decision, but the heavy lifting is do by agent. So the coding, writing word for word is now done by agent. So this is perfect for rapid prototyping, MVPs, or even production feature. So that's pretty much it on this. So now we just get started with our combo. So today, one of the things you have to have set up, because we are using Flutter plus Google Antigravity plus Stitch, so you have to have Flutter installed. So if you don't have Flutter installed, just head over to flutter.dev. One of my videos that I explain how to install Flutter will be in the description, or it will be showing somewhere up here, so you can just check that out for Flutter installation. Then the next one is Antigravity. So you need a Google account to sign in to Antigravity. So if you don't have Antigravity installed, just click on download. I already have it installed on my system, so I won't be downloading it again. So just click on download, then you can just go through the installation. Then the next thing now is Stitch. So Stitch is just a website, so you don't need to download anything. So just head over to stitch.withgoogle.com, then you can just sign it. So if I click on try now, so just click on try now, it will ask you to log into your Google. I think I've already signed in. Yeah, so you can see my account. These are some of the examples. This is one of the screen I just played with earlier. So we'll be designing another screen basically. So that's pretty much it. So once you install Antigravity now, so let me open my Antigravity here. Okay, so this is my Antigravity. Okay, this is my TechWithSam Telegram bot. Let me just switch. Okay, before that, one thing that you have to note is you have to enable MCP for MCP. You have to enable MCP connector in Antigravity, so it can be linked to your Stitch. So you just click on settings, then open Antigravity user setting. So once you go to the Antigravity setting, you go to customization, then you can see the installed MCP servers. I probably did not install any, so you can just install some. So the first, you have to install that, so just add that. Then Stitch is down, so this is Stitch. So it will require the API key now. So the API key now, once you head over to stitch.withgoogle.com, go to your profile, then click on Stitch setting, then click on create key. So once you create key like this, it will create the key in few seconds. Okay, so yes, create the key, then you can just copy. So once you copy now, you can just come to your API key here. So let me just paste, then install. So once I install, all right, so the Stitch is already installed as well, so yeah, good to go. So I think that's pretty much everything that we need here. So let me just go to it. Yeah, so we have installed MCP. I can see Stitch MCP. You can see that MCP as well installed. So that's pretty much it. So let me close this. Let me create a new Flutter app that will be working with. So let me just go to view, command palette, then let me just say Flutter new project, application. It will open up. Okay, let me just select my download. I will name the project daily habit tracker. Sorry, tracker. That's the project we'll be creating today. All right, so since we already created a new Flutter project and we have set up our FCP connector in Antigravity, so the next thing now is to deliver a prompt to Stitch. So the first thing is to actually design. So after design, then we can now move to Antigravity. So now, one of the best way, or one of the things you have to note when giving a prompt to AI agents is you have to be very descriptive to actually get what you want. Because for example, now if I just write design a daily habit tracker app, it will just design anything whatsoever, because we are not descriptive. We are just open to any suggestion basically. So it's just like someone that does not know what he or she wants. So but if you can be very descriptive of what you want, then the AI agents can go straight to this is what it will deliver for you. So with that, now you can make use of ChatGPT. So you can just deliver your rough idea to ChatGPT, and you ask ChatGPT to update the prompt, so you can use it on Stitch. So ChatGPT will update the prompt, so you can just copy it and come to Stitch and just paste this here. So that's exactly what we'll be doing, although I've already done that. So I will just open my notes. I already used ChatGPT to modify the prompt, so I will copy it like this. By the way, the prompt. By the way, the prompt will be in my articles, or either on Medium or on my website, so you can just copy the prompt from there. So I'll just copy the prompt and just paste it here. So let me just quickly go through the prompt. So it's here: create a clean modern mobile habit tracker app UI designed to help user build daily consistency, daily routine, and maintain positive habits. So the points, you can see all the points that are included here. So home screen, it's clearly describe what I want in the home screen. For the habit screen, for the progress start screen, the profile screen, describe everything that is needed. Then the design style as well, it describe everything. So with this now, the AI agent knows what he has to do before actually coming up with a design. So that is perfect. So now I can switch this, instead of 3.0, then we can switch to 3.1 Pro, because that's the highest version. So we just click on enter. We just send this to Stitch agent. So this one will take a while before it's actually delivered. So I'm going to pause this video and just wait for it to actually finish the design and come back to this video. All right, so Stitch is done designing our project. So as you can see, the designer, just like we described our home page, habit, start, and profile. So if you check the prompt, this is exactly what we described for the prompt. You can see that Stitch have completed the mobile design today dashboard, manage habits, progress, and start, profile, and settings basically. So this is it. Then you can continue with the prompts, but we just stick, as you can see, said this is a suggestion, make it in dark mode, but let's just stick with this for now. So now moving to anti-gravity. Now, since we already designed this with an AI agent, now the next thing is to start writing the code to actually build the mobile application with this design. So now to do this, Stitch provides different way to export this design. So as you can see, we have export. Sorry, let me just select all. So we have different way to select all. Now just command or control on Windows, command on macOS, select the screen. So you click on export, then it will bring out different formats for you to export. So you can export to AI Studio, Figma. You can export to Figma. You have the full control over this design. You can change the design anyhow you want, unlike some other AI agents that it will require payment. This one does not require payment. So to some level, I mean, if you have not used up your credits basically. So we have Figma, we have other formats, then we have MCP. So MCP basically will generate a prompt for you. So this is the prompt. You can see the IDs and stuff like that. So since we already installed the MCP on Antigravity now, the MCP, the model context protocol, we understand all this ID that is being mentioned here, because what it has been installed on Antigravity already, and that's what we just be copying. So we can just copy this prompt now, just come to Antigravity and just paste it. Let me increase this my size so you can see. So we can just come to Antigravity now, just paste the prompt from Stitch. So you can see Stitch instruction, get the image and code from the following Stitch project screen. It mentioned the ID, today dashboard, manage, and so on and so forth. So all these ID are the design that Stitch designed here. So with the MCP, it will understand everything. So the next thing now is to actually send this prompt, so we can tweak some of this stuff. I already changed mine to plan, so you can just change it to plan, so it can actually plan before executing the task. So this is the best way to actually use AI agent. So planning, then you can change the AI agent. So we have Gemini 3.1 Pro, that's the highest. Also we have Cloud Opus 4.6. I believe this is also working fine, but let's just stick with 3.1 Pro for now. So with this now, you can just send the prompt to Antigravity, so it will start generating the screen basically. So this will take a while as well. I will pause this video and just resume it when the AI agent is done wiring the code base. All right. just a quick note, while I was recording yesterday, if you notice, the date has changed. I was recording yesterday Monday 16 and this Tuesday 16. When I was recording yesterday, I found out that after I finished recording, that the recording actually stopped halfway. I mean, if you just go back to like few seconds ago, you notice the date change. So I'm just completing the recording because I think my recording software crashed, and I only found out when I was done recording the video. So well, basically I was frustrated, so I just had to do the completion of the recording today. Although the Antigravity AI agent has actually complete. I mean, he has finished building the project, but I'll just walk you through the other remaining few steps that I actually go through when I was supposedly recording another video. I mean, the video basically. So that's what I'll be doing. Let me change this to the simulator. So that is just what I'll be doing in the remaining of this video. So I'll just walk you through the remaining step. Basically, I've actually showed the major step in the few minutes, I think 15 minutes thereabout. So I'll just show you the remaining steps. So the last point I mentioned is after dropping the prompt, that the MCP prompt that we get from Stitch, and the anti-gravity is done. So basically, once you drop this prompt, anti-gravity will generate this particular file, which is this Stitch screens. So to generate all the screens that it designed, and also the HTML file for it. So after this now, then we'll now write. If you scroll down, also note that when your anti-gravity will be asking you to confirm some prompts, because it will try to run some command on your system. So it will ask you to actually agree or accept for it to run the command. So that's that. So once it's done with this, the next prompt now that I did is this particular prompt. So after it has generated the design and everything to these Stitch screens, then we can now say use the UI layout generated from Stitch and build a Flutter application using that. The project should follow clean architecture and separate presentation, domain and data layer. Use the river pod for state management. Ensure UI components are separated from basic layout logic, and follow a clear architecture project structure basically. So this is the next prompt. So this prompt is the one that is actually writing all the Flutter code. So as you can see that the prompt is well detailed. We give it we give it like a specified instruction, so the AI agents can focus on what we actually ask it to do, and that's what the result is. So if you once you copy this, it will be in my article, either on my website or on Medium. You can check anyone out, so you can just copy it and paste. So after you run this, it will create like an implementation plan. Keep in mind that I'm using planning, so I'm on planning mode. Then I'm using Gemini 3.1 Pro on anti-gravity. So it will create a plan. So the plan is this. It will create a plan, so you can just go through the plan. Let me just show you what the plan looks like. So this is how the plan looks like. I remember that I was mentioning it when I was recording that stopped. So this is how the plan look like. So the AI agent will generate a plan for the whole structure. So it's we write the whole plan, and if you want to drop any comments, probably you want to change a particular, you want to adjust a particular plan from this, you can drop a comment. You can see this icon, you can comment on this line, so you can just click on it, then leave a comment. This should be something, then you can add the comment. Once you add it, it will be part of let me move this, it will be part of the comment here. So by the time you are approving this particular implementation plan, it will be part of what the AI agent will be looking into to make adjustment to plan accordingly to this particular structure. So that's the implementation plan. So you have to approve, you have to give it approval for it to actually proceed. So that's that. So after that now, once it's done with the implementation plan, you can see proceed. And if you check the tasks that we had earlier, he created different tasks to complete for the Flutter application development. You can see create implementation plan, initialize Flutter project, set up client architecture, configure river pod, build UI for to do, manage habits, progress, and start profile and settings, then integrate component and complete there basically. So once the AI agent is done generating, it will generate all the UI just like we have to generate all the UI. As you can see, to generate all the file or the screen file. This is, as you can see, this is the clean architecture. We have the core folder where we have router, although there's nothing inside the router because the app is not navigating anywhere as it is right now. Then we have the theme of the app. We have feature. The features is feature based, so we have our provider, which contain all the provider using report. We have our screens as well, the dashboard, main screen, manage habit profile, and what's it called, start screen. So that's the screens. And we have this all this model for this daily habits, basically all the model that we have here. So that is what the AI agent try to build. So once it's done, it will create a walkthrough for you to actually see everything that the AI agent was able to complete. So you can see how it is building all the screens here. So yeah, so we can see after the AI agent was done, it says I've fully initialized the Flutter project using Riverpod and clean architecture, and so on and so forth. Then it will create another walkthrough summarization, basically on everything that it was able to implement. So if we go through the walkthrough, it will just open the walkthrough. Like, you can just click on open, so you can see everything that was implemented here. So it's a daily habit tracker walkthrough. So this application was successfully generated using the previous supplied UI from Stitch. It implements a clean architecture, layout, structure, and utilizes report for reactive state management. So all the technical architecture, the screens implemented, what else, and basically how you can run the app. So that's pretty much it when it comes to Stitch plus Antigravity. Again, another walkthrough, a basic summary is once you give once you give Google Stitch a prompt, make sure that your prompt is actually very clear, and basically, let me just share this, like some of the best practices and also some key lessons from using this Stitch plus Antigravity or any AI agent. Basically, always start with a clear detailed prompt in Stitch and any AI agent, so the platform will be able to generate something direct and meet your expectation, basically. So that's once you submit a clear prompt to Stitch and generate the screen. Note that you can actually edit this. You can edit if you're a designer or even know how to design. You can actually edit how these screens look like. You can see this. I don't know why I changed the color, probably because you notice I have no idea why the colors change. But anyways, you can edit it. You can export it to Figma for you to actually edit it if you are familiar with Figma and stuff like that. So there's still more updates coming on Stitch. If you check the recent announcement on Twitter, there's some new release that we have on Stitch. I think the edit part, so you can modify, edit and stuff like that, preview mode, presentation and etc. basically. And you can as well give Stitch another prompt probably to adjust to add more screens and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. So alright, so the next point, basically, when it comes to Antigravity, is always give it one task at a time. Don't just bombard the AI agent with a lot of tasks that it will be too much for the AI agent to actually handle. If you can just give it a preconcise, a very clear prompt at a time, giving it a task at a time, then it will work on it efficiently before proceeding to another task. So that's for Antigravity. Another point is review every generated file, basically. So AI is fast but not perfect yet, although developer pretty much trust AI in one way or the other. Now, even to be reviewing the code that AI generates might be a lot of work than even writing the code from scratch. But regardless, as much as you can review the code, make sure you just go through even probably some important files when it comes to, let's say, payment and stuff like that. Make sure you review before actually accepting it to your code base. And also the third point is combine with your existing skill. I know most software engineers already have an existing skill. most people have fundamental knowledge except you're a beginner, so combine it with your existing skill. So if you are familiar with a particular state management, let's say Riverpod or provider or block or GetX or any state management solution, use the AI agent to actually walk through what you are actually familiar with. If you're familiar with a different, a navigation system, let's say Go Router or to route, let the AI agent actually use that particular existing skill that you are familiar with. So by the time you need to actually make some adjustments, to be easy for you to actually go through and make the necessary adjustments to it. So that's basically it. So the next thing now is just for us to do a quick summary, but just for a quick pause. By the way, I forgot to actually display the app. So according to the design, as you can see, this is the design. The today what's it called, habit, then start, then what's it called, profile. I can actually see that some things have changed on this design, but regardless, so this is the habit, so this is the habit, all these are just dummy data. So this is start, so this is the start according to the design, then this is profile. So all these pages static design, nothing dynamic. So again, you can see today this is a little bit functional, just not like functional, but at least it's updates. So as you can see, current habit, money, meditation, one. So if you click on it, you click on the circle, it's check one completed, that's 33%. If you see drink water, you can see 3/5. That means the person has drink water 3 times. So if you click on it, you can see 4 times. Then if I click on it one more time, it's completed, that's drink water. Then read for 20 minutes, if I click on it, completed as well. So that's that for this today. Then habit, basically the plus is not working, it's just dummy data. Then we have the start, these are dummy data as well. Then we have the profile. Yeah, so that's pretty much it about all the implementation. So this is completely built with Antigravity. All the code, I didn't actually touch anything here. So you can go through the code. Actually, this code also will be on GitHub, so you can go through the code yourself. In case you did not get anything, just drop a comment, then I'll be able to respond to you basically. So that's pretty much it. I won't be able to go through the code explanation now, because it's basically Stitch plus Antigravity plus Flutter that we're dealing with. So yeah, thank you. So the next thing now is just for us to go through the summary and see how it works basically. But a quick pause now. If you are serious about mastering AI tools like this, if you are serious about mastering AI tools like this, join my free Flutter Plus AI newsletter. Every week I share the exact prompts, workflows, and early access to new agent skill that I test before they hit YouTube, and they are completely free, no spam, just the most relevant stuff for Flutter developers. So the link will be in the description. I would love to see you there. The link as well will be in the comment. So make sure to subscribe to my newsletter and expect my new my weekly newsletter, basically that will combine AI integration and Flutter roadmap and basically any career update and stuff like that. Yeah, so basically that's pretty much when it comes to Stitch. So Stitch is a design AI agent, so it is used to design so basically give it a clear prompt, any app idea or project idea that you want, then ask Stitch to design it. So with that, you can just go to Stitch with the MCP, get the prompt, go to Antigravity, paste the prompt to Antigravity. Then after Antigravity, download all the screens and also all the HTML file. Then you can tell Antigravity to actually now work on the project. Wire a code base for that particular design. So that's pretty much it when it comes to Stitch plus Antigravity plus Flutter. Note that you can actually use this with any other framework or program language. Let's say probably you want to build a website or whatsoever, you can as well design a website with Stitch. You can design websites, mobile app basically with Stitch. Then you can come to Antigravity, specify, okay, I want to use TypeScript, I want to use React and stuff like that. Then it will write the code, but make sure that at least you are familiar with some part of it for it to actually makes sense to you in the long run. So this is the new reality for Flutter developer in 2026. So Stitch for design again, Antigravity for agentic building, and you are the conductor. Basically, let me know what you think about Stitch. If you have tried it before, if this is the first time you're hearing about Stitch, make sure you try it out. Once you try it out, drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me hear your opinion, if it actually meets your expectation, or if you would like any other improvement on Stitch plus Antigravity, of course. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that, like this video, and drop an honest comment, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.